Well, this is day 3 of the Spoke 50 challenge. This one is going to be called Snoop Dogg and Ben Corkery. Ben Corkery is the one that challenged me to make a series of videos every day for 50 days, and funnily enough, he watched the same interview that I did. I watched the Snoop Dogg interview, or I only watched the beginning of the Snoop Dogg interview with Joe Rogan, but right away it struck me how serendipitous it was what Snoop Dogg was talking about at the beginning, and then I thought, I laughed out loud literally when, how's that for an alliteration? Laughed out loud literally when I saw that Ben's video was about the Snoop Dogg mentality. I said, "You son of a gun, you stole my idea." But anyway, what I kind of got a kick out of too was how different my take on it was from Ben's, and maybe not different, but how he focused on different things. And I did not get to watch the whole interview, and I really liked what Ben thought about it, but what really stuck with me was that it was at the beginning, which Ben mentioned, was Joe Rogan made the comment that Snoop Dogg had made a living being himself for a long time, or made a living just being himself, and Snoop Dogg said, "Well, that's the easiest job anyone's got. Just wake up. All you have to do is wake up in the morning and be yourself." And at the moment, I was thinking about making videos, and more broadly, I've thought a lot about performance, like playing music and singing, playing fiddle in a band and singing for people, and recording music. I've been in and out of a studio very, very rarely, but not very frequently, but for the last few months I've been having to record, or helping my buddy record a couple songs on the fiddle. And I had a pretty tough experience in a recording studio when I was probably around 15 or 16, which is one of those traumatic things that it's easy to carry with you, which I'm getting over now, thank God. But overall, I've thought a lot about the effect of turning a camera on, and how and with the product that you get after turning the camera on, is that really you, or is that something is that you being literally, like Snoop Dogg said, are you trying to be something else, or are you trying to project an image? And it's a hard thing to think about. Honestly, I don't want to project an image, but even anytime you're standing on a stage and playing music, and the pressure is on, you never know what's going to come out in a way. And so I guess the practice that I've had to work on, or the thing that I've had to work on and think about a lot, is becoming so good at what I do that when you turn a camera on and add that little bit of pressure, or you go live on stage, or you ride into an arena, that when you get under that pressure, then you get up closer to your potential. So if you're good is like at 100, and your mediocre is 50, then it's easy it's easy for perfectionists to get bent out of shape, because you don't feel like you're doing all you can. But my idea has always been trying to get your 80% to be so good that it's not noticeable. That even if you're so good on stage, or you're so good at whatever you're doing, then your 80%, where you're feeling like you're not doing your very best, but it will be almost you won't be able to tell a difference between that and someone that's at 100%. Now, ideally, you work on getting in that flow every time, and you try to make you try to make it all 105, 110%, but dealing in reality with a perfectionist mindset, then it's sometimes those moments of sublime perfection that you feel just briefly every now and then are few and far between. So I'm kind of lost in a ramble here. I'm coming close to 5 minutes, but going back to what Snoop Dogg said, it's pretty eye-opening for me to turn a camera on and realize how hard it is to act naturally. And that's why I think it's so awesome that Ben is doing this challenge, and it will be, I think, will be beneficial over, this is the 3rd day, and maybe on day 50 then I'll turn a camera on and be able to say exactly what I think in a streamlined fashion without a bug on me, without getting lost in my own trains of thought. And hell, I've not even smoked weed like Joe Rogan and Snoop Dogg on that podcast. That was pretty wild, the amount they can consume. And I could tell Joe, if I've watched him off and on over the years, and you could see there a couple moments where he was having that big pause in between his thoughts, and you're like, you can almost see the wheels spinning, like where he's like almost freaking out, like what was I gonna say? Or anyway, but I really liked to go back to Ben Corkery, who everyone subscribe to his channel. It's BenCorkery on YouTube. I really liked what he said about how you don't always know what you're good at, being yourself. You don't know who yourself is, and so it's like he said, it's a great idea it's good to try a lot of different things and really push yourself, because I've had the experience of things that I like now that I'm pretty good at, where they did not feel natural at the beginning. And you have to really be willing to, when you try new things, to be a fool, and just think about it like, got to let your light shine, however it is. And everyone, you always, especially in any type of performance or athletic type venue, it's easy to think that everyone's watching you and laughing at you because you don't know what you're doing or whatever the thing is. But I like going back to Ben. I think that's a really good point about that. You have to try a lot of things, because right now what you get up in the morning and you're that might be going to Taco Bell and making burritos, and that there's no shame in that at all. But if we're all on a path to try to make ourselves better and figure out what God put us on this earth to do, and find that spark or the thing that you might have some talent for. And like I'm with Ben 100%. Built, not born. I mean, I always hate it when I hear someone discussing another performer, like either in music or whatever. Of course, I always go to music and roping because that's what I'm so involved in. But that guy is so good. He's got so much talent. He just wasted so much talent. It's like, well, to some extent, there are people that everything comes easily, or whatever the thing is, whether they can handle a rope really well, or they can swing a bat, or golf came easy, or whatever it is. But a lot of times I hear the person saying that, like, basically discounting their own potential for becoming good at anything, because they can always write off anyone else's success as being, they just born with that talent or whatever it is. And for someone like me that wasn't particularly talented at anything when I was younger, and so I've always been driven to find things to get good at or challenge myself with, that can be discouraging if you let that type of thinking creep in. So all that said, this has been a long ramble. I'm almost 10 minutes, so I'm going to shut it off. And I just got my arena drug. You can see here's my roping chute. Got a couple horses over there. I got a saddle, and I actually have to take one to the vet in a while. He's got a knot on a front leg that's a little bit concerning, but Lord willing, it'll be nothing. Anyway, till tomorrow. If you watch this far, you're a champion. Over and out.